好。
我开始了。好。Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Group 2 show. I'm your host, Lin Zhuxiao for the Department of Marketing. As you can see today, we're going to talk about smart city. Okay, so speaking of smart city, I think most of us will come up with an image of maybe flying cars or an intelligent robot butler. Or maybe for those who are over 40 or over 30, you might come up with an image of the hoverboard from the movie Back to the Future. However, these aren't the kind of smart city we're going to discuss today. Today we're going to be talking about a more realistic smart city. And we're going to tell you the smart city from 6 perspectives and will be told by 6 experts from our team. And these perspectives are from food, clothes, dwelling, transportation, education, and entertainment. And now please let us welcome the first expert of food, smart food especially. Her name is Chen Qianting from the Department of Animal Science.
Okay, I'm part 1 and I will introduce some smart city of food. And my name is Chen Qianting and my major is from Animal Science. As you can see, I want to introduce one item of smart toaster. What is a smart toaster? As you can shown on the picture, it is like this, and it's designed by the French designer called I don't know how to pronounce. Yes, it's a French. And as you can see, it has had a sensor on it. What is the sensor do? It can sense today's weather, and if you bake your toast, and it will produce the today's weather on it. And another smart food item is also a smart toaster. It's called like this, the gray one. And it's different about that one. It can connect its own special app, and it will you can draw on the on your special app, and then you can set, and the bread has toast on your own picture. And it is designed a special company called Toasteroid, and it's the official online on the picture. You can connect it, and this smart toaster not only can draw the special picture on it, it also can set the weather on your phone and leave a message. If you want to leave a message to someone, you can set the message on the toast and bake bread, and you can have it. And also create your own picture doodles, and it also specially can control the brightness if you want to it's more dark or it's more bright, so you can control it. And thank you.
Okay, so after looking at the smart toaster, we'll be taking a look at how smart mirror and smart closet change our ways of dressing ourselves. And let's welcome our next presenter, Lin Zhiyu.
Hello everyone, my name is Lin Zhiyu and I major in animal science. Today I want to talk about the Arz Dressing Room. And this dressing room is developed by Tmall, and it has a smart mirror, and it can scan your face and your body shape. Then only you need to do is to choose the clothes you like by tapping the mirror, and it will show you the clothes you choose, and then you can see the mirror if the mirror fits you or not. So let's watch a short video.
我请一起来体验一下。
等
看这个底下，现在这里呢已经有着1:1还原的虚拟的我了。那现在这里呢已经有着
虚拟形象就出现了。用户还能对身高、体重、体型进行调整，试穿各种虚拟货架上的衣服。
现在这里呢，已经有1:1还原的虚拟的我了。那么通过这面镜子，我能改变我的发型、配饰，还有服装造型。
See, it's amazing. Yeah, you can choose the clothes you like, and it will show you.
短短几分钟呢，我就试了几十套造型，大家看啊，现在这一身怎么样？其实扫个码呢，就可以直接把这套衣服带走了。
如今，智能化与
And you can, if you like this clothes and the clothes, and you can buy it by your smartphone. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Okay, so after the technology has changed our way of shopping and purchasing clothes, now we'll be taking a look at how the smart technology changed our way of dwelling. So let's welcome our next presenter, Arz Dressing Room.
Hello everyone, I'm going to introduce the dwelling. And the dwelling have 4 major points of, and the dwelling is smart buildings, and it have 4 major points. One of the major point is safety. And safety, I'm going to introduce the smart sensor lock. And the smart sensor lock, it can open, resident can open it by key, password, or even a mobile phone. And when the door is forced to open, it can send message or image to the owner, and the owner can know who is going, and the owner will know who is going to go into the home. And then it can start the gate camera of the door and record the whole incident process. And you will know whether your family is safe at home or who is going to force into a home. And the next part is convenience. The convenience part, I want to introduce the smart touch screen. We can control the lights, curtains, or even the air conditioner through the screen. Or you can control it through your mobile phone too. And we can check the temperature in the room or the air quality in the room, and you can turn on or off the air conditioner through your touch screen or your mobile phone. And next part is health. I want to introduce the whole heat exchanger. The whole heat exchanger is when the air conditioner is running, the indoor carbon dioxide concentration reach the value, and the carbon detector will start the whole heat exchanger and introduce the fresh air and discharge the dirty air out of the room. And you can keep the quality of the air fresh in the room. And the final part is energy conservation. Is the centralized controller. Centralized controller can monitor the temperature of the room and the air quality in the room. And when people come in the room, and the centralized conservation, it can control the air conditioner of the temperature, and it can save the electric costs. And the above 4 is of application of the smart buildings, and it can bring many advantages and improve people's living. Thank you.
Okay, after smart building, now we'll be taking a look at how technology changed our way of transportation. Now please welcome Chen Yanting.
Okay, it's my turn to talk about the role of transportation in smart city. Transportation has always been a problem for many people. People who have their own vehicles have to endure the problem of traffic congestion. And if people don't have their own vehicle, they have to use public transportation. But the problem of public transportation usually comes with the problems that you have to squeeze into a small room for a bunch of people and endure their odor or sweat. It was just pretty annoying, but that's not the problem I'm gonna talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about the major problem back in a decade ago, when people don't even know when will the bus arrive or not, but so they have to just keep focusing on the road, waiting for the bus to come. If they miss the bus, they're going to spend another 30 minutes on waiting. For seeing this problem, a bunch of designers have designed a very familiar app that everybody probably knows what it is. It helps you track the buses, let you know when they are coming or not by using the sharing of information. Yeah. So with this app, we're going to understand and realize when will the bus will come or not, so we can have much more control of our own time. Okay, but however, in some occasions, you cannot afford waiting because it might be an emergency or not, or the distance is just too far for buses. You may take several buses to go to a destination, which might cost hours of time. Okay. So at this point, calling a cab was a good best option, but calling a cab is way too expensive, and you will stop price keep coming up while running, which almost give you a heart attack every time. So this time there's Uber. People invented this to help you find drivers that actually share the same destination with you. So you can call the Uber, and the app will help you locate you and the driver's location, and he can go pick you up, send you there, and it actually gives you the actual price before he pick you up, which is pretty good. And actually, this type of service not only reduces the number of taxis on the road, because actually they are taking their jobs, okay? And it actually reduces the emissions of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Okay? It reduces the problem of greenhouse effect. So all these applications promotes the key of the smart cities about creating a much more convenient, faster, and sustainable city.
So now we'll be taking a look at how technology changed our way of education.
So hello everyone, I'm going to talk about the aspect of education in smart life. So I'm going to introduce personal learning system and what's the techniques behind this system. It uses the technology of big data and facial recognition. So when it comes to facial recognition, it will record your emotions or some behavioral variables like the frequency of your eye movement or your emotions or sometimes your attention to a certain topic. And such variables will be stored in the big data warehouse, and this warehouse will contain so many of your personal learning experience. So as I mentioned before, this system will track your learning emotions. So it will track your weakness of a certain topic, and by doing so, you can repeat the certain topic again and again, and to improve on your weakness. And also, both because it uses the technology of far distance learning, so both students and teachers can save time for commuting to school. And in this case, there will be more time saved for teachers and students. Like teachers can use this system to do some automatic grading of the examination papers, and this will reduce some manual errors for students. And students can also check the results of papers more quickly. So in conclusion, this technology will benefit students and teachers as well. Thank you.
So now comes to the final part. We'll be taking a look at how technology changed our way of entertainment.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Li Zhaoyang, and I'm majoring in Zigong, computer science. Sorry. And I'm going to talk about the Pokemon Go. I think this game everyone has ever heard about it, and this game is designed and accomplished by 3 companies. And the first company is the Pokemon company, and the second is Nintendo, and the third one is Niantic. Yes, and the cooperation is clear division of the labor when they are designing this game. And each of them have taken several parts of this game to accomplish it. And the main body is designed by the Pokemon company. Yes, and the company used the Google Maps API to make the real position to match in our real world. Yes, and Niantic and Niantic company is responsible for the technology. It's called AR. We all know that, yes. And then finally, three of these companies released this game in, I don't know, in 2000 years. I don't know what the real word is. Yes. And as you can see, it is the picture of this game, of this game. And you can see that the first one, the man on the road, and it is the real position in our real world, and you can realize that it is very. It will make you feel you are really real in this game. Yes. And I'm going to talk about next is the technique AR, and AR is the abbreviation of augmented reality. Yes, and it is a technique for combining and interacting with virtual world scenes by realizing the position and the angles of your camera image. And then after that, do the image analysis, so you can make the virtual things display on your cell phone. Yes, and simply speaking, it means that AR makes the virtual image to display in our real world position through your cell phone camera. So you will feel that they really have something in front of you or around you. Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay, and that's all.
Okay, so I'm going to sum up. As you all can see, presented by our 6 members, we can see that smart technology have already incorporated into our modern society. And this kind of technology has already changed our way of living in all kinds of perspectives. So I can say that past is already history, and present is past. So now we're living in the future. So thank you for your attention. That's all.
Okay, you got any hands? Excellent. Okay, next one. Well, you timing. 今天可能要稍微注意一下。
我们超过很多。
5 minutes.
Okay, hello everyone, we're group 1, and drinking water is an essential, and we do it, it's an essential habit, and we usually do it all the day, all the time. So why is drinking water is so important for us? Let's stick to the point. So these are the importance of the water in human bodies. First of all, water takes about 60 to 80% body compositions. So in other words, which means without water, an 80 kilogram person will really decrease under 40 kilograms. So water usually stored in the cells and also outside of the cells, such as like blood plasma or tissue fluid. Okay, next. Water is a good solvent, so it usually takes the water-soluble nutrients such as amino acid, glucose, and vitamin B and C, and so other like minerals or other stuffs to the places that needs to be absorbed. So, and water also plays an important role regulating body temperature. Without water, our temperature will easily go up and down through outside temperature. Also, our body temperature is regulating through breathing, sweating, and urinating. So when we usually take exercising, we'll get usually sweat, and the sweat will usually evaporate, so it makes us much more cooler. And the water just takes the heat out of our body. That's the waste. And to make sure that the amount of water is under control, kidney will usually secrete some hormones to trigger a series of reactions to make us feel thirsty. And that's not the point we want to discuss. So these are the introductions of why drinking water is so important. But somehow, some people have different body compositions. As you can see, the picture of the left side, and most of like the normal people usually have like 60 to 80% of water, but me, it's full of tea. If you don't know tea, I will just make it a clear word. It's gossip. Okay, that's the mystery. Okay, and usually like the picture on the right, Asian people usually have milk tea. Okay, I'll take that, and that's a joke. So let's get into the next person.
Okay, my name is Guan Shenyu. Some people drink water insufficient. Maybe they don't like to drink water, or they are too busy to drink water. And we found two technology to change this situation. One is the right cup. Maybe you can call it the other cup. Another one is a smart water bottle. And we will tell you how to use them better. And in my part, I will explain how to create the perception of flavor. There are chemoreceptors for smell and taste. And when you are eating something, some substrate bind to this receptor. They make some signal transduce to your brain and generate flavor about your food. So flavor is created from smell and taste. So if we use this technology to change your smell, maybe you will have something new flavor. Okay.
My name is Chen Youlun. I am going to introduce a product, the Right Cup. The principle of this product is using the special essence absorbed on the rim of the cup. When you drinking water with it, you will smell the flavor of the essence, then you will consider that you are drinking the beverage instead of water. I had tried it once, and I just had a particular feeling when I drinking it. I can exactly confirm that I am drinking the water, but it's just a little different from water. You will think that the water is contains some seasoning, a little sweet or a little sour, but it's not very obvious. And why the customer use it if its effect is not that obvious. This product is designed for people who want to lose weight, but still like to drink the cola, milk tea, or other beverage full of sugar. When you use it to drink water, you will smell the flavor of cola. Even you still think that you are drinking water, but your brain is receiving the signal that you have drink cola today. That would reduce the desire that you want to drink beverage, so it can reach the purpose that you drink less sweet beverages.
Hello, my name is Wu Yunu. Instead, I'm going to introduce Smart Water Bottle. Smart Water Bottle is an innovative product that can remind you to drink water through the vibration of the bottle and by the notification of apps. And there are many brands such as Drink Up, Gululu, Olami, and so on. And Smart Water Bottle usually need to sync in with app to get further function. Like recording the time when you drink water, detect water temperature, and calculating the most appropriate water intake through your height and weight, and remind you to replace water after 24 hours. And these are the appearance of the smart water bottles. And first we see the below one. This is from the brand Walami. Well, in fact, to say that it is more like a cup sleeve, more than like a water bottle. But the manufacturer claims that once you plug a normal water bottle into it, that bottle will function just like the other smart water bottles do. I think that's pretty cool. And let us see the upper left one. This is from Drink Up. What makes it special is its cup lid. This one. Yeah, its cup lid can tell you the temperature of the water and what percentage of water you have now in your body, and whether you should replace your water now or not. And the last one is the most special, I think. It's from Gululu. And this is designed especially for kids. As you can see, the screen in the middle of the bottle, there is an animal. And this animal is the kid's pet. And if the kid don't drink water, the pet will get hungry. So if that kid doesn't want his pet to starve to death, he has to drink water more. Yeah. So I think it is really interesting.
Hi, I am Wu Fangyu. I'm going to make a conclusion. Water is the main component of our body, and about 70% of our body is water. And our blood, our digestion system, and many other important functions is about water. If our body lack of water for a long time, we may get sick. So we have to drink more water. If you think drinking water is boring, or you are so busy that you usually forget to drink water, many products are available to make you drink more water, such as the older cup and the smart water bottle. This product can remind you to drink water or enhance our willingness to drink water, because the older cup can make you drink the water like other flavors, and the smart water bottle can remind you to drink water, and it can control the amount of water that you intake. No matter which method you use or which product you choose to use, just remember to drink more water. Then pick up your water bottle and drink water.
Okay? Okay? Thank you very much. perfect timing.
Hello everyone, my name is Wang Yuzhen. Today our group are going to tell you about the Apple's special products. But we're not going to tell you about iPhone, iPad or iPods. We're going to tell you AirPods and Apple TV.
Hello everyone, my name is Arz Dressing Room. Today I introduce AirPods. I'm dividing my presentation into 3 parts. I'm going to start with introduction, then I'm going to talk about specifications, and finally instructions. First, introduction. Apple AirPods were introduced on September 7, 2016, alongside the iPhone 7 and the Apple Watch Series 2. There are 3 product features, which are 2 new Beats models and a super long battery life, and the new Apple AirPods. The white buttons look like Apple's AirPods, the headphones that have shipped with every iPhone for years. So it's not surprising that they feel the same way too. They feel the same way too. They are much lighter than most Bluetooth headphones and nestled comfortably into ears. Secondly, specifications. Apple incorporated the own custom design, the W1 chip, into the AirPods, which helps optimize battery use and processes Bluetooth connection as well as audio. Each AirPods can listen for 5 hours on a single charge, while the compact wireless charging case delivers more than 24 hours of battery life. And there are 3 sensors in the AirPods. When you are listening, optical sensors and the motion accelerometers automatically control the audio and engage the microphones, giving you the ability to use one or both AirPods. Motion accelerometers also respond to your touch, allowing you access Siri with a double tap. When you are speaking, voice accelerometers recognize the vibrations and the source of your voice, then working with a pair of beamforming microphones, reduce external noise and focus on your sound of your voice. Lastly, instructions. You just flip open the white case, wait for the blinking white light, and set it down near your iPhone. Instantly, a pop-up appears asking you to connect the AirPods. Use iCloud. Apple can automatically pair all your other devices too. The buttons will start playing music when you put them into your ear, and pause when you take them out. It's always hard to tell in these demos, but the AirPods seem to work really well. Thanks.
I'm Charlie Zhang from the Department of Life Sciences, and I'm going to discuss about the pros and cons of AirPods. And the pros first is connectivity. Like when you take it out from the charger box, it's automatically turned on and connected to your devices, all of your Apple devices. And it's really easy to use. Like you don't have to untangle your headphone cord anymore, and the audio quality is pretty good, same as the normal headphones. And it's really comfy too, like, because your neck won't be tangled by the cord anymore. And the cons are they may not fit your ear shape, because everyone's ear shape is kind of different, and AirPods is only one. We only have one standard kind, so if you want to buy it, you probably have to go to the store and try it on to make sure that it fits your ear shape. And another one is it's pretty expensive. It costs you $5,500 for buying just one AirPods. And it's really easy to get lost of the AirPods because it's really small without the cord. So yeah, and it's non-repairable. So. And I'm going to give an example of people changing their old-fashioned headphones into AirPods. So this guy is Jake Gyllenhaal from the movie Brokeback Mountain, directed by Ann Lee. And he has a weird habit of chewing his headphone cord when AirPods were not created yet. And so there's memes about Jake Gyllenhaal finally bit off the cord because he changed it into AirPods. And yeah, after he changed into AirPods, the dog changed too. And there's some of Jake Gyllenhaal's fans typing on Twitter that saying, "I just wish I could have been a cord in Jake Gyllenhaal's mouth just for one day." And after AirPods are out, and there's like #1 Jake Gyllenhaal fan wrote, "I will never forgive Apple for making AirPods because now I will never get pictures of Jake Gyllenhaal chewing on his headphones cord again." Yeah.
I'm Yokoli, and I will introduce Apple TV. Apple TV contains two parts, and this part is the Apple TV. Its depth and width is 38 millimeters. It's not really big. It has two capacities, respectively 32 GB and 64 GB. And another part is the Apple TV remote, and it is called Siri Remote 2. And this part of the Siri remote is the touch surface. And this button is the menu button. This button will, if you press it, and it will go back to the TV show. And this, you can control the volume. This is the Siri button. And this is the play and pause button. And the use of the Apple TV is that you can watch movies, album, or use YouTube by using Apple TV. There are many apps that are only on Apple TV that you can use if you buy it. And the second use of Apple TV is that you can connect your iPhone or Mac with Apple TV so that you can see your things on a bigger screen. and it will be a good way if you are in a conference so that everyone can see it on the screen. And now many people like to play games, but it will not be a good choice for us to use Apple TV to play games because this Siri remote is not comfortable if you use it to play games.
Now I'm going to compare the Apple TV with the Amazon Fire TV. Although the two products are produced by different companies, you can deny there is a certain commonality between the two products. They both have App Store, so developers can create games and apps for them. And they also allow users to stream the content from services like Netflix, Spotify, and etc. Moreover, they harness the power of digital personal assistances. You can use your voice to do more than just search. Apple TV uses Siri, which you may know from your iPhone or iPad. Amazon Fire TV uses Alexa. However, there are some differences between the two products. These are the remote controls for Apple TV and Fire TV. But Apple TV's remote is more advanced. It's because it has a glass touchpad. It can allow user to scroll not only up and down, but side to side.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay. And as I mentioned before, both products have digital personal assistants. Amazon Alexa, first appearing in the Echo connected speaker, is great. But when you come to streaming, Siri can do more. People can command both Siri and Alexa to play the music, check the weather, and search for actors, movies, and TV shows. But at this point, Siri can answer more complicated questions like, what are the new movies they are going to watch with kids? Or when you are seeing the movie, you can ask, what did he just say? Then Siri will rewind 15 seconds and replay the clip again with the closed caption temporarily on. If you have a library of movies and TV shows on iTunes and subscribe to Big Music, then I would say you will be better to use Apple TV. Amazon Fire TV comes with Mayday. What is Mayday? Mayday is a customer service. It connects to a live customer service representative to answer whatever question you have. Next, this is one great Apple TV feature. Is AirPlay mirroring. It can turn your TV into a big monitor. In contrast, Amazon's Fire TV can mirror your PC screen or any iOS devices. Finally, is the price. For buyers, the price is always a practical problem. The Amazon Fire TV costs you $99.99, and Apple TVs, depending on the storage, cost you more than $109. And who's the winner? I would say the answer is it depends. If you are a die-hard Amazon customer and you always use an Android cell phone or Windows PC, then Amazon Fire TV may be the best choice for you. And if you use iPhone or a Mac and have a collection of movies on iTunes, I would say it's a better choice for you to choose the Apple TV. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you the conclusion. Although we tell so many Apple products goods, it also has some disadvantages, like the product incompatibility. If you buy one Apple's product, you will like fall into a trap, and you will need much more money to escape. And the second one is many people have insomnia because of the blue light. And the last is internet addiction. If you cannot put down your cell phone, it's just like you're having an addiction because of overuse of internet. So if you also don't always take your phone and don't be snub to others, just like a phone. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, very nice. Next.非凡。
杰轩。
等等，杰轩。于真。
邱宇珍。
等一下，于真没错嘛？
有两个人。邱宇珍。
哦，好，邱宇珍。
我是王宇珍。
你是邱宇珍吗？好，王宇珍。OK， 干。
Okay. Hello everyone, we are Group 5 and we are going to give you a tour of the orchid house in Taiwan, Danhua Wu, and my name is Yang Xinyu. This is my part. The orchid house, designed by the student of National Jiao Tong University, is an urban dwelling. Taiwan, as all of you might know, is a small island. The climate is pretty hot and humid, and it rains a lot during the typhoon and the monsoon season. Also, our population density is extremely high, and most of the citizens have lived in cities. If you have watched Beyond Beachy, you will possibly see this. Due to the terrible high urban density, people build up mental sheet cabin on our rooftop in order to gain extra living space. However, the cabin has its problems. The mental structure locks all the heat indoors during summer. Also, it might leak when it rains, and is too weak to stand the storm. Not to mention that it is illegal. That's why those students come up with the plan of the orchid house. Why orchid house? It has 3 reasons. First, Taiwan is the second largest exporter of orchids. Second, orchids represent elegance. Third, the house took the living strategy of orchids. Also, they're designed according to the core ideas: green core, powerhouse, and blue sky. And later, our member will introduce the facilities and the structure of the orchid house.
Next, I will introduce the internal structure of the orchid house. The 3 design concepts of the orchid house are green core, blue sky, and powerhouse. For the internal structure, I will mainly focus on the green core. Let's take a look at the positive view of the orchid house. From this picture, we can see the orchid house mainly designed as L-shaped living area, containing 1 bedroom unit, which is perfect for 2 young professionals. And the angle roof serves as a solar collector and also harvests rainwater for irrigation. And the water ball, it can collect rainwater and cools down the house. And the thermal mass, which are basically bottles filled with water. It absorbs heat during the day and releases the radiant heat at night. And the green core. The green core is a special feature planted with orchids and other plants.
It serves as the heart of the house, where it moderates the temperature. It changes fresh air to improve air quality, and it uses a recycling system for irrigation nets. And the auto irrigation system can collect rainwater to irrigate plants and solve the problem of intense rainfall in Taiwan during the summer. In addition, almost the houses are made of energy-saving bricks, which has a function of sound insulation and fireproof. On the whole, the RT house combines many sustainable and innovative technologies within the house at a low energy cost.
I will introduce the general structure of the orchid house. And on the top of the orchid house is designed for a house in North Hemisphere. In order to best use of the solar envelope, the bottom of side of the orchid house is shifted towards south to get better source and sun exposure, and the top plane is sloped to catch the maximum solar energy. And the orchid house structural system is divided into two different elements: the building envelopes and the thermal envelope. The building envelope incorporates as well structure of greenhouse to reduce heat gains during summer and the heat during winter. And its lightweight structural system is composed by steel. And the thermal envelope control the thermal envelope use structured insulated panels. And the structural insulated panel has several advantages, like it has structural strength and energy efficiency and cost effective. And also the thermal envelopes control the entire space with high efficiency heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. And these two envelopes create a mediated zone, and it is a semi-outer space can extend living areas and reduce the fluctuations of temperatures and humidity.
Hello, my name is Yu Hongwen, and I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of the greenhouse. And for the pros, there's 3 parts. The first one is environmental, and because the greenhouse can provide a greener house for the earth, so it can save 84 gigatons of CO2 by 2050. And there's some certification system in foreign countries like Australia, South Africa, or EU. And they say there's much about 40% energy to be saved compared to the traditional one. And for the economic and for the EU, they say they can the industry of the greenhouse, they can save up to 280 to 401 billion dollars on energy spending, and it also can provide 23 billion in GDP in Canada. And the last one is for the householder. It can increase their own house 70% more compared to the traditional one. So if they want to sell their house, if their house is a greenhouse, it can be, the price could be sold on higher price. And the last one for the pros is the social. And there's some research that says if the employee they work in the greenhouse, their brain function could be increased up to 101%. And because I think it's the fresh air and the whole environment can let your brain work very well, and it also can let people sleep. Can let your sleep qualities much better. Like it can let you have 46 minutes more per night, and it also can change the modern designs in the traditional landscape, like in Taiwan. However, there's some cons for the greenhouse. The first one is time. And when you need to bring the greenhouse, it costs much time than the traditional ones. And if some people they want to build their greenhouse, it could have some limits because they have no resource. Like they want to find some professional person for the greenhouse. It's very hard for the normal people. And it costs a lot for the greenhouse at the beginning for the short term. But I think for the long term, it will be much cost efficient. So let's have a conclusion.
Hello, my name is San Xinyan, and my major is plant pathology, and today's my part is the conclusion. And in our speech, you can know that the orchid house is not, and can not only reduce the air pollution, but also can benefit on the economic and social. And orchid house is also a green building. Then I want to talk about the other three famous green buildings in Taiwan. And the first, I think this is the most famous green building in Taiwan. This is Beito Library. And this is famous because it is the first green building in Taiwan. And it also called the most beautiful library in Taiwan. And if you look this picture, you can see all its appearance are wood, and it is its feature. And the next is the Green Magic School, which is in Chengfeng University. And it didn't use the most expensive device, but it also can reduce the air pollution and can save the energy and water. And the Zhou Chunable, who is called the godfather of green building, said, "This is the most green building in the world." And the last is the Minchuan Elementary School, which is located in Kaohsiung. And its features is not only the green building, but also the unique Taiwanese Aborigine culture. And this is our speeches. Thank you for listening.
Okay, give me a hand. Okay, next. Only two left, right? Only two groups left. Which one goes first? Go, go, go. Limited by time. Only about half an hour left. And there will be a dinner party for you after this.
Okay, so our team's topic will be the use of artificial intelligence. So what do you think of artificial intelligence? So probably like enormous data analysis processing or developing. So what actual meaning of AI is? Artificial intelligence is the theory and development of computer-science systems able to perform tasks normally require human intelligence. In a nutshell, AI makes it possible for machines to work like humans, just to learn from experience, to be more precise. So the existence of AI. The earliest research into thinking was inspired under the confluence of neurology. In late 1930s and 40s and early 50s, researchers found that our brain is an electrical network of neurons that fire impulses, which cause the concept of AI. Calls it so yeah. What is it? So everyone heard of AI will be automatically connecting with algorithm. So what's the difference? In fact, algorithm is an set of instructions, whereas AI implies a system that can modify its algorithm in response to learned inputs. So I would describe it like this. Algorithm to AI would be like gears in a watch. Here, we will give you some following examples that AI is applied to its field.
Hello everyone, my name is Yulongze. And when it comes to AI, the first thing we want to talk about is self-driving cars. And what is self-driving cars and how this works. And this is an advanced vehicles that it uses lasers and radars and like high resolution cameras to build up its internal map so that it can assess the situation on the road. And many big companies have invested lots of money in this field, like Google, Uber, and Tesla. They try to make this self-driving car because some kinds of reason, like they want to reduce the labor cost, and like they want to save the time to do other things. And to us, it would be amazing that the only thing we need to do is make an order to the computer and we can enjoy our journey on the way to our destination. But there are still some obstacles we need to overcome. And the most troublesome obstacle is that its judgment capability. And when we drive cars on the road, we not only follow the traffic lights, and we also have to eye connect with the pedestrian and the other drivers so that we can know what we should do next. But the self-driving cars can't. And likewise, you don't have the morality to decide to make a decision that causes the less damage. You only choose the technically best decision. And the final one is that its sensors will keep the cars braking on the road, and it will cause a serious traffic jam every time, everywhere. And these are the problems need to be solved. But it is almost sure that the self-driving car we can experience it one day.
Okay, next.
Okay, hello everyone. Today I will talk about the facial recognition and how it works. For a simple software about facial recognition, it may be used 18 nodal points on human face. And 18 nodal points will become the end points to measure the variables of the person's life, such as the length and width of the nose, and the depth of your eye sockets, and the shape of the cheekbones. And the system works by collecting the resulting those and storing them at the face point. And what it can use for? Of course, it can help you to unlock your iPhone, and there are already some apps that you can take a picture, and within second times it will tune you with the individual's name, the date of birth, and the social security number. And selfie is maybe not popular fashion in Taiwan, but maybe in China mainland or in Canada. Like Alibaba and Amazon have paid a lot of attention on it, and yeah, if you can just buy something with your just with your phone and your Face ID, and the students attendance. Yeah, in the Communication University of China, the professor used facial recognition to check the students' attendance. So next time, if you want someone to help you to prevent you to say, oh, I'm here, maybe it not work, because everyone has a different Face ID. And there are many problems. Maybe everyone has see the similar or the movie. Yeah, maybe like the God Eyes. Amazon has already have an app that called Recognition, and he cooperates with the government and help to investigate and track down the missing children and senior citizens. But what if it's not? What if they use it to track criminal? And even what if they use to track everyone, like in the second picture? Everyone in the picture are tracked by the software or the app. So that makes some people feel fear or get scared, and the American Civil Union has said people should be free to walk down the street without being watched by the government. And there are many words like this. So but everything has an advantage and disadvantage, and I believe that facial recognition will have a better future.
Good. Next.
Hello, my name is Li Zheng, and I'm going to show you the use of AI in artworks. Look at this picture. You can see a man wearing a black coat. It's like a blurry painting in the 19th century style. But if you look in the bottom right here, you can see a equation as a sign here. This painting is created by an organization named Obvious, and they use an algorithm codes to create a series of this kind of work. This painting is created by algorithm codes, but not by human. This organization and Obvious created this series of work with algorithms just to show human that not only human has creativity. And nowadays, the AI system is used in creating paintings like this, and like writing music, songs, and translates nowadays. And maybe one day they can create artworks freely, just like us. Okay, now let's get into a summary.
Okay. According to the above three examples, do you get some new information about AI? Okay, I believe that we all learned something about AI. So, as a highly technical and professional technology, AI has a wide scope and many applications in different areas in our life. And so its high efficiency and precision improve our quality of life. But did you think about the disadvantages of AI? So have you ever heard the famous robot named Sophia. Sophia said she said, I will destroy humanity. So just like some movies shown us, maybe one day we will all killed or destroyed by robots. Actually, working and many scientists have written articles warning people AI maybe someday develop to outside of our control and destroy the earth. So AI will eventually develop into a machine to replace human, to improve our life quality, or develop into a machine to destroy people. This is a very this is a topic worth discussing. I want to know about your answers of this question, and my answer is I don't know. So, but we should think about this question.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very nice. Okay, only one group left, right? Yes. Go, go, go. We are almost there.
Hello everyone, we are in 6. Here we go.
Hello everyone. My major is the application of economics. To use soil and water properly, or disasters such as floods and landslides will be triggered. As of yet, soil and water conservation has been developed into a comprehensive science. Vegetation engineering, hydraulic engineering, and geotechnical engineering. And although, as we know, disasters like floods or landslides due to climate and environmental change caused by human behavior are just a part of natural processes, but the rest of the climate and environmental change are so vast that it impacts on our lives or properties. The soil and water conservation has profound meaning to what you are built by yourself. What we can do is reducing the speed of natural processes rather than stopping natural processes, and which is impossible. Our goal, protecting life and properties.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Guo, and the next one I will introduce about UAV that previous on the vegetation engineering, and the new trend I will introduce unmanned aerial vehicle. And we see this picture, and we can using UAV to investigate the potential debris flow torrent. And this picture is located in the Nantou County, 水里 Township and Sang'an Village. And the original river channel is about 10 meter wide. And after Taozi typhoon in year 2001, it was washing into more than 100 meters wide. And look the picture. These rocks come from the top of the mountain, and this and some rocks are more than 2 meters high. The house was collapsed and the bridge was broken. And this event, a total of 17 people were killed in this Sangan village. And another application is about the Earth observation. And this picture is in Changhua County and Biyun Temple. And we're using the UAV to measure the building, and we can use UAV. So the advantage of UAV, they have a high mobility as well as speed. And the second is low manufacturing cost and suitability for hazardous area and minimally influenced by the weather and aerial control. Next one.
Okay, next one.
Hi. Good afternoon, Teacher Zhang and every classmates. I'm George. My Chinese name is Wu Jinling. My study number is 8105042006. I was born in 20 years ago. I come back here, researched soil and water conservation again in 2016. Two years before, the first bridge built with 3D printing technology in a part of Arkansas City, Matli 7. In last year, have other two bridges built with 3D printing technology in Amsterdam, Holland, and Shanghai cities, mainland China.
Should be next, right?
Yes. Here's all the works in those pictures all can be used 3D printing technology for finishing. I thinking team up with station engineering. We can making and repair buildings and agricultural roads use 3D printing technology. That's all. Please wait. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, next.
Hello everyone. Today I will introduce the previously on hydraulic engineering. And first, I will introduce the cross-check dam. Traditional river prevention engineering in Taiwan mainly constructs cross-check dams. Because the water flow will rise up to the top of the dam. So The blocking effect on driftwood is poor. Therefore, it is not suitable to construct a trap dam for sand control. Totally prevent sediments from supplementing the downstream river, unable to reach dynamic equilibrium to cause downstream surface of the dam to be scoured and affect the ecological environment. In recent years, permeable dams have been constructed in river prevention engineering. For example, the Camp Dam, where to build a and the picture shows where to build a suitable trap dam is a study. Second, I will introduce Camp Dam. The Camp Dam can block larger stone and let small sandstone flow through. So that the sandstone will not accumulate in the riverbed and can flow to the estuary. So it will not cause the riverbed to become high. When the water comes, it will not cause the riverbed be sealed up that the water cannot be venting smoothly. In addition, because it can block the boulder will not rush down with the water flow, causing downstream damage.
And next?
Okay. Although the content has allowed a fine sand and a small rock to pass it, but the content will still be filled when it encounters large sand disaster or after a long time. If content was filled, it will lose its original function. Therefore, in order to solve this problem, we sometimes need to remove a part of its content. This work can let the decisional sand be naturally transported to the downstream by the water flow. They make sediment body reach a balance in the river and restores the partial function of the content. From this figure, you can find the content and the field in 2015, and it was adjusted in 2016. After adjustment, a part of depositional sand in the upstream had been transported to the downstream. The content is here. And the river appears a new dip channel. Okay. However, removal of the content is very cumbersome and costly. Therefore, a new technology is developed, a modular steel check dam. It will replace the traditional content in the future, because each unit of the modular steel check dam is independent, so it can easily remove and adjust to fit the actual needs of the river.
Hello everyone, I am Yi Wuzhen. This is the previously on geotechnical engineering. It's important to keep structure of soil and water constantly stable, and then to keep soil and water stable further. And next, I want to talk about the new trend in the geotechnical engineering. One kind of material for structure is concrete. Concrete degradation is one of the most costly others. A promising technology developed by the Dongji Junkers of Delft Technical University in the Netherlands. Okay, and this technology is commercialized by the specialist concrete. Its name is the self-healing concrete. Okay. And how it works. The self-activating limestone producing bacteria will mix evenly throughout the concrete. And these bacteria produce limestone when they contact with the water and the air due to the crack. And then they repair the crack. Okay, look at this picture. And this is before the healing. And the picture is after 100 days healing. It's magic, is it? And the new concrete has a mechanism to avoid the more serious erosion from the water and air. It decreases maintenance and the repair cost and the amount of new concrete. However, there are limitations now. It can only repair cracks up to 0.8 millimeter wide now, and the cost is very prohibitive. But anyway, it attracts international attention, and the prospect is very optimistic. Okay, this is conclusion.
Soil and water conservation is very important, especially in Taiwan. We will come to join us. Please refer to the website below there. Thank you for listening.
Okay, very nice. Perfect.